This year, 2024 is an 8 year. This is a triple 8 portal. And as you know, 8 has the energy of infinity, rebirth, prosperity, abundance. And so this is what we're going to be talking about, the frequency of this energy, of the energy of the 8, the energy of the lion, the energy of the portal, the energy of where we are as well in this new galactic year. Before I talk about the themes as well, I just want to preface this just by saying that these themes, energy themes, they're not predictions for the month or for the rest of the year. They're not like astrology readings. I don't use any oracle cards or tarot cards. It's really just my connection with my guides. I tune into the energy of the month, the energy of the collective. I receive some messages and I ask for what the collective needs to hear. So it's really just an intuitive process. And again, take what resonates with your heart, leave what doesn't. And the first theme is about inner courage. And I feel like the lion has that energy of, for me, has that energy of sovereignty, but also that energy of courage. And it was something that came through for me, also for me personally, because I'm part of the collective, but I felt like it was something that a lot of people need to tap into or activate within, because we've been doing a lot of clearing, making space, making room, right? From the Solstice and the 7/7 series portal that we did last month. And that was kind of one of the themes last month. And we're always clearing, right? And if you guys want to have a look at the 7/7 energy themes as well, you can look on my YouTube channel, or if you're a member of the Starseed grid as well, you can have a look at the recordings, because it's something that we were talking about. But whenever you make room, whenever you're clearing, then there's a new version of you that wants to emerge, right? And there's a process of releasing, of letting go, that oftentimes we find it really hard, right, to surrender to that. So there needs to be quite a high level of that inner courage. But what was interesting is that the message that came through was the inner courage, which I feel like it's a different type of courage, right? From that mind that we perceive as. And I actually posted this channel message on the 29th of July that's very much connected to this theme, because the Pleiadians were talking about expressing your inner courage. And they say that this type of courage may not always require acts or decisions. It might, but this is mostly about making a commitment to yourself and this new version of you that's been emerging, right? Because you've done a lot of clearing, a lot of healing over the last few months and maybe a few years. And this has cleared space for new frequencies to start being poured in within you, right? So are you ready to embrace that new cycle? Are you ready to embody those new frequencies? And so when you rely on that inner strength, that inner courage, you feel like your soul is guiding you, okay? And you know that you are supported and that you are held. And so a prompt that I offer you is, where in my life am I being asked to express this inner courage? Okay? Or where is life asking you to express that inner courage? Okay? Which area in your life? Is it more profession? Is it more relationships? Is it more with you and your journey, your healing journey? Okay? And then their little affirmation that you can use as well is, I rely on my inner courage to shift in frequency, and I take the step for the high, that is for my highest good and the highest good of all. Tap into your inner courage to shift your frequency and to take that next step in trust and surrender. Then the second theme is similar as well, but it's about inner guidance and following that inner guidance, okay, that intuition. Because whenever we're talking about manifesting, and by the way, I know that the main theme for this portal is manifestation, but there are layers to that, and this is what I'm talking about here. It's not just about visualizing manifesting, okay? And I'll talk a little bit more about manifesting in a few minutes, but it's also about trusting your inner guidance, because when we think about the future and what we want to create, what we want to manifest, it's always unclear, right? Because timelines aren't fixed. And so the future might seem unclear, but we are being asked to start creating, manifesting from the present moment, because that's the only way, and access that divine inner guidance. Say it's intuition, your connection with your higher self, your connection with your spirit guides, but it's your divine inner guidance that's always available for you. And that is another layer of sovereignty as well, which is a big theme for this year as well. If you want to catch up on the themes for this year, it's also on my YouTube channel and in my community, the energy themes for 2024. And timelines are shifting really, really rapidly. Some of us might be skipping timelines because we are just being upgraded and we don't need to go through that timeline. So we're just skipping that timeline. And that's how fast it is, because Mother Earth has committed to her ascension, and that is a certain timeline. Okay. And so when we are also walking through that path of ascension, we will be faced with challenges, but also if you're able to go through them, because the only way is through, you will be ascending, moving faster as well. Not that faster is necessarily better, but it is what it is. If you're committed to that, then the path to ascension will be just faster. So a little prompt for you to reflect now or journal later is, how can I nurture a deeper connection with my inner guidance? What does that feel like for me? Okay, that's something that's very personal too. How does it feel to have that intuitive nudge? How does your higher self communicate with you? How does your spirit guides team communicate with you? How does it feel in my body? How does it feel in my emotions? Next theme, since we were talking about committing to the highest timeline, and this is an interesting one, because whenever we talk about time and timelines, our linear mind kind of goes, what? Right? Um, but I got this download, I got this message from Mother Earth when I was connecting with her. I was at the park, grounding, connecting with the trees, and I just got this download about timelines. Because as I mentioned, Mother Earth has committed to that 5D timeline. It is happening already, okay? And she has made the decision. And so this is a timeline that we could say that is the highest timeline, okay? And yes, even though timelines aren't fixed, um, they can be, there can be one that is the highest one. This was going in my mind, through my mind, when I was downloading this, because if timelines aren't fixed, how can Mother Earth has that fixed timeline, right? And maybe there's more to talk about, and I might make a video about this as well. Let me know if you would like that, because there's more to unpack here. But what I got was, there are different types of timelines. And so the anchoring timelines is the sort of more fixed timeline. So for Mother Earth, 5D, being a 5D planet, is the anchoring timeline. All the other timelines that she's going through, we can call it passing timelines. Okay. And this is not absolute truth, by the way. This is just the messages that I got that made me understand a little bit more about that. So if there's this anchoring timeline, is almost as if this is the north, right? This is the timeline that we're heading towards, even though it's not as linear as it seems, but it's linear for us. The other timelines, everything that's happening, it's passing timelines to get to that timeline. But then we also have the karmic timelines as well, because not all of them are just passing timelines. And the karmic timelines aren't necessarily bad. It's not because it's karma and you've done something bad, or Mother Earth has done something bad, and then now it's just basically lessons, right, that we need to go through in order to transmute energy, shift in frequency, to go to that anchoring timeline, or the highest timeline. So I hope this makes sense. There is this a version of Mother Earth, right, that has that fixed anchoring timeline, but this is also true for us. So this can be applied for us. We can also commit to our version, our 5D version, to the ascension process. And then everything that we're going to go through It's just passing timelines or karmic timelines so that we can get to that anchoring timeline. Okay. And this is always based on your present free will choice. We have free will, but we can commit to that frequency. And it's also based on our subconscious belief systems as well. So that's why we do that clearing. That's why we breathe. That's why we clear energy. That's why we heal, because then we can make the subconscious conscious and make better choices. Okay. Or choices that are more aligned to that highest timeline. So an affirmation for you is, I commit to my highest 5D timeline in frequency. I know that that all that I'm experiencing in my life is leading me to that version. Okay, so this is something, it's a good affirmation to hold dear in your heart whenever you're going through something that feels overwhelming, that feels painful. Remember that you can commit that to that highest timeline, and everything that you're going through is just leading you to that highest timeline. So the next theme, it's uncertainty, the void of infinite possibilities, since we're talking about infinity, right? Remember that you are an infinite being with infinite potential, infinite possibilities, infinite experiences, okay? If you are a divine being, this is just an experience. This human experience, this avatar is just one experience of so many experiences and possibilities that you can be, okay? And this is related to the energy of the 8 and the energy of the infinity symbol. But I found this quote or this post, and it really resonated with my heart, and I wanted to share here with you. And I want to give credit to, it's Farah something here. You can find her handle. You might even be following her, but I really liked this. She says, uncertainty should excite you. It means that you're in the void of infinite possibilities, where anything can happen. Allow the miracles to present themselves in your energy of full receivership. I love this because it redefines our idea of infinity and uncertainty, right? We don't know. And that should excite us, right? I don't like shoulds, but I really like this because it really redefines the idea of infinite possibilities and uncertainty. So I turn this into an affirmation as well for you. Uncertainty excites me. And when I'm in the void of infinite possibilities, my divine creativity and inherent abundance are at their peak, for there is room for them to be manifested, and I am completely open to receive what is already within me. So let me know how this resonates with you, with your heart. I'm going to read that affirmation again. Uncertainty excites me. When I'm in the void of infinite possibilities, my divine creativity and inherent abundance are at their peak, for there is room for them to be manifested, and I'm completely open to receive what is already within me. All right. So I really, really like this, especially when we're talking about manifesting and creating. Like if you're in the void of infinite possibilities, what is possible, right? Everything. And since we're talking about manifesting, it is the time, the era that we're manifesting from the heart, creating from this deep inner space. The old ways of manifesting just from the mind, it's not to say that they don't work, but it's just a limited version of manifesting, right? If I'm just thinking of what I want to co-create and visualizing and making my vision board, nothing wrong with that. I do that. It's great, but it just stays in the mind, right? It's just that kind of law of attraction process, which does work, but it's part of the equation, I would say. You really have to connect with your heart, right? It's time to just start creating and start manifesting from the heart. And this year, we've been talking a lot about the higher heart and the higher mind coherence, which is one of the themes of the year as well. If you want to have a look at the themes of the year, again, it's the 2024 energy themes. And it's very simple here, is just to get into the habit of continuously connect with your heart center. and check in with your heart. What does my heart desire? What does my heart desire? Connect with your heart often. Because sometimes we think we want something and we just have that thought and that mindset that this is the way. But sometimes when you check in with your heart, you feel something else. You have a different feeling, you have a different vision. Okay. So it is really important, really a big theme as well for this year to manifest from the heart. The next thing too is there's a shift in the collective consciousness. And this is I'm talking about the collective consciousness, but we are part of the collective consciousness. So this is very this applies to us. Everything applies to us because we're part of the collective again. But we as a collective consciousness, humans, we are coming from a victim consciousness into the creator God consciousness. Okay, I really love this theme as well. It came through. This message was very, very clear because when we're talking about power, we have given our power away for so long because of conditioning and programming, thinking that the gods had the power, that other people, the gurus had the power, right? Or the savior, Messiah will come here, save us. But we are shifting out of that. We're owning the power within us and with us as well. So we're doing a lot of unconditioning, undoing the conditioning, deprogramming, okay? And the Pleiadians talk a lot about the prime creator and the creator gods. So the prime creator, in a nutshell, would be the creator that's created this universe, for example, okay? Not the source of all there is, but this universe. And then the prime creator created creator gods so that they can create more. So stars and planets and galaxies, they are creator gods, but we are too. So we are in that process of remembering that we are creator gods too. Okay. If I am a sparkle of the creator of the source, then I am that too, the same way that you are your mother and you are your father and your grandparents, right? Because they are in you. So this victim consciousness, even the warrior consciousness, which is already kind of moving away a little bit, but they can't move on with that 5D unity consciousness. Okay, so how can this be applied to your life? So the prompt that I offer is, in which areas of my life or in which ways am I still operating in victim consciousness? Am I, feeling sorry for myself or sorry for the planet, or even angry at myself or angry at humanity? Not to say that feeling sorry or feeling angry or feeling sad is bad. You must feel whatever you want to feel. But in terms of where your consciousness is, that victim consciousness can't move with you if you're shifting into that 5D, into that unity consciousness. Okay. And the affirmation is that I am the co-creator of my reality. I am the co-creator of my reality, because you're always co-creating with the universe, with the prime creator, with all of us. The rise of lightworkers is the next theme, and I'm sure there are a lot of you here that identify yourselves as light workers, or wear the badge, even if you're not necessarily doing the spiritual healing coaching kind of work. You are all light workers if you have that awareness, and if you have that frequency within you, whatever it is that you do, it's more about your being. Okay, so the message that came through from the Pleiadians about this was this: that it is time to show up, which is a very Leo energy as well, to show up and step into your power with authenticity, with utter compassion for you and your fellow humans, with gratitude and reverence for this human experience. Ignite the light within, for that is your superpower. You are being supported by so many other beings of light who are cheering you on and guiding you through every step of the way. You are being embraced and held in cosmic waves of radiant and unconditional love. Ooh, receive that. Receive that. You are being supported by so many other beings of light, fellow humans as well. I'm supporting you. I'm cheering you on. And you are being embraced and held in love, right? So remember that my light is my superpower. That is your affirmation, light workers. My light is my superpower. I'm always supported and guided to be the channel of love and light. And lastly, since we're talking about being supported by beings of light, this is for, the star seeds that love to feel different star seeds or to learn more about different star races. I've personally been feeling a lot of Lyran energy for this month and for this portal. Past months as well, they've been coming up in meditations, even client sessions as well. Most of them are feline beings, but not all of them. But they are actually assisting us in becoming more present, because they're actually the direct Pleiadians ancestors. Hence, they are also our ancestors as well. And the Lyrans, they've seeded the human composition, the DNA human composition. So we're very connected to them through the Pleiadians as well. Obviously, there's also the Syrian energy because of the portal and the alignment, which a portion of them are also feline beings, not all of them. And I've also been feeling, because this is also the year of the dragon, and some of you might work already with them. But I've personally also been feeling more of the energy of the dragon. They're being more present, they're being activated within the whole of the Earth's magnetic field and our consciousness too. If you set the intention to work with them, they help us to really cut the cords, to burn the things that no longer serve you. And so they're really helpful in that sense. So we are just going to invite these beings to guide us through the practice that we're going to do now and continue to assist us in our journey as individuals and as a collective as well. And obviously, you can also invite, connect with your guides and the beings that you resonate with. Let me know, just a recap of the themes, which one resonated most with you as I was sharing, as you were hearing and reading and feeling the images and everything. Which one resonated most with your heart? So I just want to share a couple of things just before we start breathing. And I want to share this now because usually I would share this at the end, but usually at the end you're like coming back to this dimension, you're all like zen or ungrounded a little bit. So I just want to share this now so that when we finish the activation in the session, you can just stay in your energy. So I want to invite you. I know some of you are already a part of the Starseed grid. Really grateful for you. And it's our online community that's connecting conscious star seeds and light workers from all around the planet. Like here, we have two live sessions every month. One is this one, which I talk about the energy themes of the month, and then we do the activation, the breath work, the healing. And then the second one, usually at the end of the month, it's a channeling group session where you can connect with your guides. We connect with the Pleiadians, and I channel information. You can ask questions as well. So it's also a co-creation. There are different tiers as well. So it's really accessible. And also I want to announce that my program, it's a 9-week program called the Multidimensional Self, which also I know some of you here have taken the journey, and I'm also really grateful. And it's a journey through your 9 dimensions of consciousness, and it's starting next month. We're starting on another portal, which is 9/9, the 9th of September. And basically, I'm just going to really go quickly here because there's much more information that you can find on my website. But each week we go through one dimension of consciousness. This is according to the Pleiadians. I also channel a lot of information for each week. There's a lot of breath work, healing, channeling, sound healing. And so every week we go through them. We learn what the dimension is and how it is connected with you. Okay, so we get to experience and journey through all these 9 dimensions. Okay, this is what you get as well when you sign up, when you join. We have the master classes, so 9, one for each dimension. and you have access to that in the beginning of the week. And then at the end of the week, we do a similar session to this. There's recorded meditations as well for you, PDFs, a private community. Okay, we're starting on the 9th of September. There's an early bird discount by Monday night, 19th of August. And you can apply at this website. It's on my website as well. And when you apply, I'll just get in touch with you, and so that we can just start a conversation. And I'd love to have some of you join the journey. And I'll also be soon releasing a chat that I had with one of the members that is here, Sue from India, where she's talking about her experience in through the journey in the multidimensional self program. And I'm very grateful, Sue, for taking the time to share. And it's going to be out probably next week. So if you guys are interested in learning more from the person's perspective, the person going through the journey perspective, even though I am also going through the journey, but if you want to learn from her experience, you can watch that chat.